Even want to make a video about Blue because he's so irrelevant, but he's clearly begging and starving for some sort of attention, storyline, screen time. So I will dedicate this video to the fact that Blue is very weird. Out of nowhere in the grafties, he's just started coming for Tony. Meg was basically, there was a clip with Shakira, the one where she was really emotional and basically calling everybody fake and basically saying like she doesn't want to be in a house with fake people and she's crying. And Tony calls out everybody because especially Meg and Dijon are acting oblivious to the fact that they're bitching and they say things behind each other's back and they're with the shits and the giggles. She was basically calling them out and being like, you know, you guys are acting oblivious to the things that you do. Look at how you made Shakira feel. And Blue had the cheek to be like, well, look how you made Cash feel. And then before that, when it was Cash's clip, because Cash had a grafty for like the most emotional performance as well when he was crying over the whole Harrison and Tony situation where Tony embarrassed him and left him high and dry. He was like, Tony, what do you feel about that? And she was basically like, well, you were at home, you weren't on the show, so you watched it, so you know how I feel. And Tony was remorseful about it. Could she have made another public apology? I think so, because it was very blasé, like, you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to apologize again, which, again, I'm not entirely mad at. I'm not entirely mad at her not doubling down on some sort of apology or feeling like she has to grovel again when they've already moved past that situation. But it seemed like maybe that's what Blue expected, or I feel like he just decided he wanted to be a little shit and thought Tony was the best target. So Tony basically checks him and be like, bitch, you just motherfucking got here. You haven't been here for 6 weeks. How about talk about the situations that you were actually here for? Oh, none of them. And he was so offended. He was like, oh, don't tell me what to say. I'm allowed to give my opinion, blah, 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 blah. So she was just like, okay, whatever. Then he goes to pull her for a chat and basically be like, don't try and tell me what to say. What do you call it? When you're always sticking your nose in everyone's business, I'm allowed to give my fucking 50 pence. Bitch, why are you so mad? Why are you so mad? Why are you so pressed to argue with a woman? Why are you so pressed to argue with Tony? It was actually never that serious. It actually was not that serious. So Tony is basically keeping calm, and the fact that Tony is keeping calm is pissing him off because he wanted to have an argument. He's one of those men that like to argue with women, and when a man is seeking to argue with a woman and they don't give them back, they don't come back with the energy, they fucking hate it because they want to get the rise out of the woman. They want to get the woman's blood pressure rising. And Tony stayed calm and chill. And Blue was sick. And she was just basically like, okay, bye. Like, it's getting weird. It's getting weird. You're very strange. Like, bye. Like, I barely know you and I don't wish to know you more, period. And he was so pissed off. He was trying to call her a weirdo, but the only one that looks weird in this situation is Blue, because why are you pressed? Why did you even think to get involved in the first place? I don't even think I've seen him have a chat with Cash. Like, fair enough if this was his boy, but he just, like, I don't know, it was just weird out of nowhere. But hey, he wanted to be relevant, he wanted his 5 minutes and he got it. But it's just like, what a way to really blow it, because he had a bad reputation coming in. He was clearly annoyed by that. And now this is meant to be his redemption arc. You see how Meg has come in? She's not in any drama. She's just here to enjoy the rest of her all-inclusive. She's sitting cute. She's sitting pretty. She knows her role. Blue is just spiraling. No connections. And now no one's going to go for him. His only viable connection would have been Yasmin and Shakira, Tony's bestie. So where did he think he was going coming for Tony? Now no one's going to want him. Angel's clearly sticking with Ty. It's absolutely ridiculous, and everybody else is looking at him crazy as well. Like, you literally just got here again and you're acting way too comfortable. But yeah, PR in the bin. Talking about fucking it up. He should have just been team furniture or just been like the friend hyping everybody up. But he just seems like a bitchy guy, which is the worst to deal with. It's giving me PTSD. And that type of energy is just best to avoid, and I feel like people are just going to be avoiding him. But I gotta hear from you guys. Do you think Blue was entitled to give his opinion? Do you think Tony was rude, basically telling him to mind his business? And let's say, okay, Tony was a bit rude, telling him to mind his business. Was it that deep for him to come at Tony with that level of aggression? I gotta hear from you guys.